Star Wars, Legacy of Fett, compiled by Lucky Darms, read by Haa'runi. Prologue.
Whatever he's paying you, Fett, I'll double it,
says the voice on the comlink. They say that a lot. They just don't understand the nature of a contract. This time, it's an etheric littlestim dealer called Haa'runi who's overstepped the mark with the Traders Coalition to the tune of 400,000 credits. The Coalition feels it's worth paying me 500,000 credits to teach him and everyone else a lesson about honoring debts. I agree with the Traders Coalition wholeheartedly.
A contract's a contract,
I tell him. Slave 1 is close enough on his trail for me to get a visual on him. I swear he's flying an old Z-95 headhunter, no hyperdrive, or he'd have jumped for it by now. And no wonder he's surprised. An old fire spray like Slave 1 shouldn't be able to catch him on sublight drive alone. But I've fitted a few more extras recently. The only completely original part of Slave 1 now is the seat I'm in.
My laser cannon's armed,
says Haa'runi, breathless.
Good for you.
Why they always want a conversation, I'll never know. Look, shoot or shut up. I know you'll have to come around to target me with that cannon, and in that second or two, I'll take out your drives anyway.
The galaxy is a dangerous place.
The headhunter executes a neat turn to port with its aft maneuvering jets, and the slave's laser locks on to the headhunter's drive signature, matching its turns and loops, with no need for guidance from me. His engine flares in a ball of white light. The fighter begins an uncontrolled roll as I have to gun it to get the tractor beam locked on and hold Haa'runi in. The grapple arms make a satisfying chokunk against the headhunter's airframe as I secure the fighter against the casing above Slave's torpedo launcher. The sound of that reverberating through your hull, I'm told, is just like the cell door closing behind you, the point at which prisoners lose all hope. Funny, that would only make me fight harder. Haa'runi is making noises of panic and pleading that I hardly notice these days. Some prisoners are defiant, but most give in to fear. He makes me offers all the way back to Atzeri, promising anything to survive.
I can pay you millions.
The contract is to deliver him alive. It's very specific.
And my stock holdings in the Kuat drive yards.
I think it's the silent routine that gets him in the end.
Fett, I have a beautiful daughter.
He should have never said that. Now I'm angry, and I don't often get angry.
Never use your kids, scumbag. Never.
My father put me first. Any father should. Not that I ever felt pity or anything for Haa'runi. But I'm satisfied now that he deserves everything that the Traders Coalition is going to do to him. If I were the sympathetic kind, I'd kill him. But I'm not. And the contract says alive.
Want to negotiate a landing fee?
Asked Atzeri Air Traffic Control.
Want to negotiate an ion cannon? Oh, apologies, Master Fett, sir.
They always see my point. Landing on Atzeri is a little tricky when you're holding a crippled fighter on your upper works. I set Slave 1 down on the landing strip, lowering gently on the thrusters, feeling the aft section vibrating under the load. And I have an audience. The Coalition wants to show that they can afford to hire the best to hunt down anyone who crosses them. I oblige. A bit of theater, a little public relations. Like Mandalorian armor, it makes the point without a shot needing to be fired. I walk along Slave 1's casing to clamber up to the headhunter's fuselage and crack open its canopy seal with the laser housed in my wrist gauntlet. So I hit Haa'runi harder than I need to, and haul him out of the cockpit to rappel 10 meters down to the ground on the lanyard with him. It hurts deep in my stomach. I don't let anyone see that. Then, I deposit the prisoner on the landing strip, in front of the men he owes 400,000 credits. It makes the point. I like making points. Presentation is half the battle. You want to keep the starfighter too? Asks my customer.
Not my taste.
The spaceport utility loader comes to remove it from Slave 1. I hold out my palm. I want the rest of my fee. He hands me the outstanding 250,000 credits on a verified chip. Why do you still do this, Fett?
Because people still ask me.
It's a good question. I ponder it while I sit back in the cockpit and catch up on the financial headlines on the HoloNet news as Slave 1 heads for Camino on autopilot. My doctor is meeting me there. He doesn't like the long journey, but I don't pay him to be happy. Now, I find I'm thinking of a daughter, Aileen, who I haven't seen in 50 years, wondering if she's still alive. You see, I'm ill. I think I'm dying. If I am, then there are things I've got to do. One of them is to find out what happened to Aileen. Another is to decide who's going to be Mandalore when I'm gone. And third, of course, is to cheat death. I've had a lot of practice at that.